She said that there were others involved in the abuse, and that men would come to Unit 20 to rape the kids. And these weren't just random men coming in from the streets. No, these were family friends and neighbors who had watched the kids grow up. Miriam gave up the names willingly. Franck Laviere, Sandrine Laviere, Thierry Desquet, Aurélie Grenon, and David Duplanque, all of whom lived in the same neighborhood. On March 6th, the suspects were rounded up, arrested, and taken to different police precincts to be questioned. Now, one of the accused, David Duplanque, immediately sought legal representation, and he got Fabienne Roy Nanchin, who was assigned to his case. Now, David said that he had not done any of the things that he was charged with, and that him and his girlfriend, Aurélie Grenon, had only had a few pre-dinner drinks with delays, and that he'd see them occasionally. However, what David didn't know was that Aurélie had told them a completely different story. She had confirmed everything that Miriam had said. When confronted with this, David said, well, if Aurélie says so, then it's true. It was a bizarre situation. Now, Aurélie and David, they were young and good-looking, the complete opposite of Thierry and Miriam. And what else did these couples have in common? How did they even end up in the same social situations? Now, Fabienne had a theory that maybe alcohol opened up the floodgates to something more sinister, and things just kind of spiraled out of control. And it turns out that is exactly what happened. So little by little, the story began to unravel. And David had a hearing with a senior police officer at the Boulogne precinct, where he began to tell him how everything took place. At first, the couples would just have each with their own partner. Then they started to have sex all together, sometimes switching partners. And then Thierry would bring the kids in to take part, sometimes playfully, other times by force. He said that him and Aurélie got carried away when Thierry would grope the kids in front of him and have them perform oral sex. Thierry would also kids in front of David, and he described it as a sick game that he got caught up in at the encouragement of Thierry and Miriam. David and Aurélie went on to confirm the names of the other suspects that Miriam had mentioned. It began with former neighbors David Brunette and Corinne Duchessois, Francois Mormont, who had a child with one of the Delay's neighbors, also a godfather to one of the Delay children, and Christian Godard and his wife Rosalind, also known as the Outreau baker.